What you gotta say?
What's going on, y'all? It's the What You Gotta Say podcast. I'm your host, Juwan. My co-host is MIA right now, but either way, we can't stop this show from going. And today I have a special guest. I've been begging her for like at least 2 years, even though the podcast is only like 6 months old. But I've been begging her. I've been pre-gaming, trying to figure out Miss Jen's story. And I've been working with her since, how long have we been working together?
Probably all of 5 years, 4 years.
Okay, 4 years. Ooh, yeah. So she has a really good story. She's always like gave me little snippets of it, but I never got the full, I guess, picture. And so I want you guys to experience the picture with me. So how you doing today, Miss Jen?
I'm doing great, Joanne. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on to the podcast. I guess I'll jump right into the questions
Okay.
because, or no, we'll jump right into the questions. All right, Miss Jen, what was, a specific pivotal moment of realization that inspired you to start making a change?
I ended up homeless in the city of Flint, and I had run out of options. It wasn't really my idea to change. I just simply had no other options.
Oh,
When I was in active addiction, I was married, which was supposed to be a huge disaster, because he was an active addiction as well. We were both homeless together.
mm,
He ended up going to jail, and I couldn't do it alone. And that's truly what made the change, is that I was afraid to be out there alone. So
oh, so you were homeless with somebody else, with
Yes.
your husband?
Yes.
Okay, oh, gotcha. That's funny because I was gonna ask you like why you were homeless and I guess down and out. What gave you hope to be like, you know what, this ain't what I want to do?
I had hope because I had experienced success in life, and I knew that it was in me. I knew that that was possible.
Yeah.
I just was a long way from it. At one point, I was an insurance agent for 15 years, and my billboard was on the I-75 corridor as
What?
agent of the year, and I was killing it
This was in Saginaw?
in Flint.
In Flint. Oh, wow.
So I'm competitive by nature.
Yeah.
I'm driven
Oh, I can tell.
to be better than I was yesterday. So I strived in that, and I was very successful at selling insurance until I wasn't. The more addiction creeped into my life, the less successful I became, and eventually, for the insurance company I worked for, I became a liability.
No,
So
that's crazy.
they don't like
So they saw.
active alcoholics
Oh, so they
signing
knew.
there. Yeah, well, yeah, everybody knew. The world knew.
Oh my goodness!
At the end, the whole
I
world
thought
knew.
you'd be able to cover it up.
Nah, I did for a long time,
just
but at the
fly under
end,
the radar.
yeah, at the end, I was a liability, and
Is that literally what they said? Since it's an insurance company, they're like, "Hey, we assess our risk, and we realize
right, you're the risk.
we can't cover you."
That's
anymore."
right. That's right. When it all came down to it, they couldn't have me signing their documents
Oh,
under the influence, and
because they wouldn't
who
be
can
legal
blame 'em?
binding, right?
Right.
Oh.
And I wasn't assessing a risk correctly. I was still trying to just sell insurance, and
What kind of insurance was it? Was it
all
life
the
insurance?
times I
Life
did.
insurance?
Yeah, I did auto, home,
Holy
health,
smokes.
and life,
Okay,
and I did great.
that's
I was
wow.
very, very successful.
See, I
If they
would
made
never
a
known that.
sales contest, I knew I won it before it started. It was just that.
So you're always been just super competitive.
Yeah.
Okay.
They offered us a trip to Hawaii that would end in the 1st of October, and by July I was already packing. I already knew I was going to Hawaii, so
Dang, that's crazy. That's kind of how
I just knew that second place wasn't an option.
she was just like, "Yep."
And
And did you make it?
always,
Always.
always, everything I do, I go hard, including alcoholism. So
So maybe that's when I guess, when you were homeless, you were like, you know what, this ain't me, and you just flipped, I guess, your drive to recovery.
yes,
Now,
now I sell hope.
yeah, and now we're gonna actually, I guess, get into that because you went from being homeless, struggling through recovery. I don't even know if you struggled because I feel like you just dominated it, and then now you're giving hope to others. What made you go from like, man, I can help other people? What gave you that insight? or that passion?
I feel like I had a disadvantage sometimes because I'm smart, and it took me a long time to be able to say I'm smart,
Yeah.
but I'm smart.
Yep.
And I think sometimes when you're in active addiction, that's a handicap.
Yeah.
I thought I could outsmart it.
What?
I thought I could think my way out of it. I thought I could manipulate it, and you can't. Once it has you, it wins. And
Dang.
I, with my competitive nature, it was hard to surrender. It was hard to give up and say, this is something bigger than me, and this is something I'm not going to win at.
See.
So that was I think for me, it was a disadvantage. I had that handicap, that competitive edge and that drive to succeed, and I wasn't making it. I couldn't win. So I went to treatment 7 different times. And when I walked into treatment, I walked in with an ego, and I walked in with as a leader. I wanted to lead the treatment center. I had the we can
I guess
skip
7
this
times
part, and we
you're
can,
like,
yeah,
yeah,
I've
I'm a
done this
pro.
before.
Like, if you're such a pro, why are you
Right,
back here?
right.
Like,
So I think that was a disadvantage for me. I had developed this false sense of confidence. I'm homeless, and I still have confidence
Yeah.
that someday I'm
Get
gonna
out
be
of-
something.
Holy
Yeah.
smokes.
Ironically, at one point when I was living in my car, but it was before they took my car, I was parked at a truck stop, and I could see where my billboard was. I could see the same billboard that I was on
This is after you left the company.
after I left.
Oh, then they kept it up.
Billboard was down, but
They were
but
like,
at the
but
same
your face
spot.
wasn't. So
Yeah, and there was probably a 3-year time spot
Whoa.
period in there that I lost everything. You know, there was a point where I didn't have to pay into Social Security because my income was so high.
Oh,
and
man.
and before you knew it, I was homeless, and it just was like that.
That's crazy because most people, when they have that kind of level of success and then they fall off, they be like, "Man, I can never get back to that." But no, not you. You're just like, "Oh, let's do this again, but do it better."
Yes.
And now it's crazy because you went from sales to now you went from selling insurance, like you said, to selling hope.
Mhm.
Like with selling hope, what's been your most iconic moment? One that you've just, you know, made you feel like, dang, this is really what I'm supposed to be doing. Like your highlight.
I have several of those.
Oh, I
I
love it.
have I work at a man's house during the day, and I work with women that are coming into recovery, and it's brand new to them. Kim Moore, who is my coworker today, was a guest at Emmaus House, and
Yep, she was
she's
a
one
guest
of
on
my
this
favorite
show.
people because I watched her do that. I watched her push and she comes from a sales background like I did,
Yep.
and I watched her push through uh, trauma and obstacles that she needed to get through in order to be successful at it, and she did the work, and
Yep.
it's fun to watch people
Yeah.
grow like that. We don't save everybody, and I think that everybody deserves a shot. You know, that
Yep.
we plant the seed and we hope it grows, and if it needs to be reevaluated again, we reevaluate it. We just keep trying until
Oh,
it, there's always hope.
yeah.
And I am predisposed to addiction. It's a genetic. I did I can't. I'm kind of like you. I do the research,
Yeah.
and I wanted to know why. Why did this happen to me? And it's not. I carry the gene. There's a gene that is predominant for addiction.
Oh,
And the
okay. So you got
University of
family history of
Washington,
it.
yes, the University of Washington has identified that gene and so I went through all the testing. I knew I had that was the whole problem.
Wait,
Well,
was this
it's
before or
not.
after you?
Oh, it was after.
It was after. Okay.
After. And I'm a little different than most people that suffer from addiction in that I didn't have family trauma. I didn't have the childhood trauma
Wow.
that comes with most people in addiction. I came from a 2-parent family. We had Christmas every year. We went on summer vacations.
And there was no addiction present in the household.
There was not in my household. My grandparents
Okay.
had it.
Yep.
And then my uncle died from addiction. And I think had uh my parents maybe had a different, they almost were against it because of the way that my mother was raised. She was so against all of it. She didn't want
Wow.
it in her life, and she may have had that gene, she just never let it activate.
Or maybe she just fought the urge. Because
Yes.
some people know, like, okay, I know this is a substance that could,
Right.
take over me, so they just choose to abstain.
Right.
But some people just
Yeah.
succumb to it, and
And I never started out like that. I was a party girl in college. I loved to have a good time. That's all I was ever looking for. And everybody else grew up and I didn't. And
damn,
then I got involved in a male dominated sales industry.
yep, high
And
pressure.
in order to socialize, you had to be in the boys club. You had to play golf and you had
Yep.
to go to the country club and you had to sit at the bar.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So it became common practice.
yeah. You're playing the game.
Yeah. And they could turn it off and I couldn't. So,
Oh, see, that's the big difference, right?
yeah. Yeah.
You're just like, y'all done all right?
Right.
Like,
Well, why are we leaving?
no. So what drives the deep passion you have to help others? Is it because you come from addiction? Is it because of your sales background, or is it just because you felt like this is what you were meant to do?
I feel like it was what I was meant to do. I think from the beginning, power greater than me plucked me out of that situation and put me back on my feet and allowed me the chance to get my life back. And I'll be forever grateful because uh, I was as close to death as I ever want to get.
Oh man.
I got sober in Saginaw, but the treatment center just before that, they sent me home. They sent me back to Flint and said she needs adult foster care.
Whoa.
There's
deemed
nothing
you-
we can do for her. She's beyond help.
So they gave up on you.
They gave up on me. They said,
But did you give up on yourself at that time?
No,
Okay.
I knew that they weren't seeing the whole picture,
Yep.
but I couldn't walk. I had muscle atrophy so bad. My organs were shutting down. I was 107 pounds.
They
of
take you to the
nothing.
hospital?
They tried that.
Wait, what do you mean try?
They tried to fix me, but they said they couldn't fix me. So they sent me home and told my parents to check into adult foster care. I knew that I could do it. I knew
Yeah.
that I was in there. And Holy Cross at that time was in Saginaw, and
Yep.
they were operating a substance abuse treatment center, and they had a 2-week waiting period. So I sat in a hotel room that my dad put me in because I wasn't allowed in their home.
Oh, I was just gonna ask you, how was
Yeah,
the parents?
no,
how were your
no.
parents doing? I guess during this whole ordeal, how were they?
Today
taking
they're
it?
great.
Okay, but back then they weren't
no.
supportive. They probably were to a point.
They were up to a point.
Yeah.
At one point, my mother had to cut me off, and that's probably
That
the
makes
best thing
sense.
she ever did.
Yep.
My dad had to sneak to talk to me.
Oh.
It was that serious. She didn't want me to get anything from them because she thought they were enabling me, and they were.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So she when I did get into treatment, he put me someplace where I'd be safe for the 2 weeks
Oh,
and
good.
supplied me with enough stuff to get me through, which was against everything he
That's
wanted to do.
crazy. See, the parents, man.
So, but again, I come from a sales background. I knew how to negotiate and
Oh my
manipulate, and I
goodness.
knew how to.
And then Dad just
Dad's just
folding like
yeah.
a taco or a
Right.
pretzel. He just folded up.
So he got me to treatment, and he didn't have a lot of hope.
Man,
He said when he dropped me off, "What's going to be different this time?" But I knew it was different.
you told him that?
Yeah, I
He
told
was
him
like-
that, but I said that before. So
Yeah.
it's not.
Like, all right, we're
Yeah, sure. it is.
7
Yeah,
times.
right. But when I walked in those doors, I knew I was done.
And this was Holy Cross, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what was so different, I guess, from that program versus the other ones? Or was it just you were
I
different?
was different.
Okay.
I was
That's
done.
the biggest piece.
I was ready,
Yeah.
and I should have been ready a whole lot of other times,
Yeah.
but I wasn't. The first time I went to treatment, my family did an intervention on me, and they all came together in my dining room, and I hadn't lost my job yet. Things weren't
Okay.
completely
So
done
they
yet,
saw.
but they saw,
Yep.
and they did this intervention. And I went to my very first treatment center at Brighton Hospital, and that's when I had private insurance still. It was
Okay. It was
very
nice.
nice,
Yep.
and but it was not my idea.
Uh,
So it wasn't. It was a good
you were
start.
doing it for them. So
I was doing it because I had no other choice. I was like
Yeah.
a dog backed in a corner, and I had no other choice. So I'll go because you think I need to go,
Yeah.
but I'm not doing this because I think I have a problem. So I took the long way around. I finally got clean, and it's been the best thing that ever happened to me.
man.
I stayed at Holy Cross for almost 90 days, and then I still had nowhere to go. I was still homeless. So
Oh,
when you release me, where am I supposed to go?
you can go back to your folks.
Oh no, no, no! You don't go back to your folks. That wasn't even an option.
Dang.
No, they my mother while I was in treatment had a dinner party, and they don't drink much. They don't have many social engagements that involve alcohol, and she had put her alcohol in the freezer to get ready for this party, to have it chilled for the party,
Oh,
and her vodka froze solid.
dang.
Well, I knew exactly why it froze solid. It was full of water.
Yep.
And I finally had to tell her, Mom, you got to go buy some vodka because your vodka is water.
Yep.
So they had enough of me and my shenanigans. At this point, I was 45 years old.
Oh,
I had nowhere to go, and they pretty much told me to find someplace to go. And so
dang.
at the time, I had a case manager who's Amos O'Neill's daughter. She was
Oh,
at working at Holy Cross, and she found me a Emmaus house.
okay.
So
That's crazy how May's house keep popping up on these podcasts.
it's crazy. Divine intervention.
Yeah, 100%.
I walked into a Emmaus house, and I knew I was home.
Wow.
And I've been there ever since. I stayed as a guest for a little over a year. I got housing. I got into prevention at First Ward.
Yep.
Met Miss Lynn, and the rest was history.
Man.
Became a recovery coach. I've got my prevention certification all because she saw that I could. She knew I could.
Oh yeah.
And now it just keeps growing. And I'm not done growing.
No, you just don't stop. I feel like now you're about to get to the next pinnacle, which that'll come at a later date. But if you could speak to a version of yourself 5 years ago, what would you say? Such a generic question, but man,
But
what
that's
would you?
real.
Yeah, because someone may be you 5 years from 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So what would you tell yourself?
5 years ago, I was still, I think, new in recovery. I would tell myself that the options are wide open.
Yeah.
I had created a new life for myself that kind of gave me a clean slate. I had a benefit that most addicts and alcoholics don't have, and that I didn't have a criminal record.
Oh
I
yeah,
had
that's a big one.
nothing.
Yeah.
I sat in a holding cell one time, and that was about it. I don't have anything on my
See,
record.
that's a
So that's a huge
That's a
bonus.
huge blessing.
Not that I didn't deserve it.
Yeah, because most people go
Because
to
most people-
a Mayo house because
Yeah, they
Court.
have something there.
yeah,
I think I would tell myself that I could dream big.
yeah,
That just because I came from that doesn't define me.
yeah,
I don't have to be defined by addiction. I'm more than addiction. Because I think even when I first got into recovery, that's who I was.
yeah.
I think for the first couple years, I was recovery. I was a recovering person, period.
But you were teaching it though.
I was teaching it.
Yeah. You think that helped you along the
A
way?
lot.
I was gonna say
That's extra insurance on
Yeah.
your own. and I kind of had that motive. If you hold me accountable, that's important to me because I'm not going to let you down.
Yeah,
And so I'll let myself down sometimes, but I'm not going to let you down. So I think holding me accountable and putting me in that position where I could teach recovery and I could teach people different ways of doing different things that will benefit you. I think that helped me a lot,
yeah,
for sure.
yeah. I keep hearing that like everybody's going through this rough patch in their life, but I always tell people I'm like, listen, even though it was 10, 15 years of terribleness, it was worth it because you learned something from it. So it's just like to me, I don't believe in mistakes. I believe in lessons.
Yes.
And I feel like that lesson that you went through was offered something. And the best part about it is that you didn't have any criminal background. So that opened up a lot more doors for you. But it's wild hearing some of these stories and then just watching you teach at a med house and TriCap. Do you feel like there's a stigma on you when you teach and you tell people, hey, I was an addict or I was recovering? Do you feel like people look at you a certain way, but like, or does that not affect you at all?
I know that there's a stigma. I know that the general population still doesn't it kind of looks down on addicts and alcoholics, and it's not a moral choice.
Nope.
At some point, you don't have the option.
Yeah.
Uh,
Most people don't even know when they're
no, you don't know when
becoming
that
addicted.
happens, right?
Yeah.
And I'm grateful every day when I wake up and I don't have to.
Yeah.
There were so many days I had to. I didn't have a choice. I just had to.
Yeah.
There was no option. So I think when other people see me and they see that I've gotten through it and that it can be done, I hope that gives them hope. I hope that they see that they can have this. I still feel like they don't they see the long-term effect of it,
Yeah.
but you don't understand that I do it the same way they do it. I do one day at a time.
That's it.
That's it. Mine are
One
just
foot in
strung
front of the
together
other.
for longer than theirs, but
Yep.
if you just keep stringing them together, you can do whatever you wanna do. There's no limit. And truly, if you find a career or an opportunity in prevention or recovery, life experience matters.
Yeah.
So sometimes the fact that I don't have a criminal background is not a good thing. When I first got hired at TRICAP, they were looking for people with a criminal background. They
Yeah.
wanted people who had been there,
Yep.
and I didn't bring that piece to the table. So
But how'd you get
uh,
in then?
I got in because I had enough people around me that
Yep.
taught me about that experience, and I kind of lived vicariously through them.
Oh yeah.
But that wasn't a strong point on my resume. They were looking for people that
Which
had
is
that experience.
that's wild.
So to think that those experiences don't benefit you somewhere down the road
Yeah.
isn't true. When we teach juvenile, and anybody with any type of experience with the juvenile courts, those kids listen to that.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
they don't hear me. I'm just an old white woman that doesn't know what they're talking about, right? They don't
Yeah.
hear they don't hear experience, and so I think when people talk to them from experience, they hear it.
Yeah, that's something I was saying to Miss Kimberly when she was on the podcast because uh, I'm like, there's a lot of people that have doctorates and master's degrees and all that stuff, but when you're trying to teach an audience that you can't relate to, how are you going to get your message across?
Right.
And you having that lived in experience, I feel like because I even sometimes, well, not sometimes, but I often teach prime for life or prevention, and it's hard for me to relate sometimes to some of the stories that are being said to me, and I can't even respond. I'll be like, wow, I can't even imagine like some of the stuff that people go through in recovery, and I'm just like, but you you can understand it.
Yes, and
Yeah.
I think the reason I don't have the criminal background is because of my drug of choice.
Oh,
Had it not been alcohol, had I been a crack addict or a heroin addict,
yeah.
I probably would have had legal trouble.
Well, I feel
Uh,
like people who drink alcohol get pulled over DUI or
they do,
something.
they
Yeah.
do. But I don't think to the extent that people with methamphetamine and the people
Oh,
with cocaine,
yeah.
they're once they're in that system, they just keep getting more criminal
Yep.
activity in it. It follows them. I think
Mm.
because alcohol is socially acceptable and because
It is.
it's legal
Yep.
and it's everywhere, that maybe it's not so punishable. You
Yeah.
know, it doesn't make it any better
No, not at
for
all.
sure. It's probably worse. We pour poison in our body and
Yep.
expect a good result. It's not.
Oh, man.
So I think that's part of the reason that I don't have the criminal background is because I didn't have to rob a party store.
No.
I mean, it was right there
And you always had access to it.
always.
Yeah, see. I guess since you had so much access, what was that turning point where you're like, all right, I know, because you never thought you were addicted while you were going through it until what point?
Uh, I guess I'm gonna back up a little bit. My first marriage, my ex-husband was in the military, and we traveled a lot. He was stationed different places, and I loved that life.
Yeah.
I was young. All the people that we were around had the same problems as us.
Yep.
It was very unified. We were a
Work
unit.
hard, play hard.
Yeah.
Yep.
The people that we lived with and around became very close. There was a camaraderie there that you can't find anywhere else in the world, and I believe
Mhm.
that. Um, when we he got out of the service and we got back out into the real world, I was in a state of shock. I think
Oh
I
yeah.
missed it more than he did.
What?
I miss that camaraderie. I miss that
Yeah.
unity.
Yep. Because all
Um,
the wives would get
no one
together.
out here is looking out for you. No
No.
one has your back.
Because you had the whole unit looking out for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They would go to the field and we were all together and the girls all had
Yep.
each other and it was just a nice place to be.
Yeah.
So as we got back out into society, I always miss that. I always miss someone having my back and having that unity.
Yeah.
I never found it again until I drank in the bars. and I
Oh,
would go out with my girlfriends, and that gave me that feeling back. There
yep.
was unity again. There was a camaraderie, and I took that all the way through. Um, there came a point where he had to leave me. I left him no choice. I was driving our kids around. I was
Oh,
I was spending money we didn't have. It was out so out of control. So
okay.
I think at that point I knew I had a problem, but I still thought I could outsmart it. I thought I could outthink it. I thought I could fix it myself. I didn't need help.
Yep.
And so it that really was a turning point for me. That's where everything fell apart. Because here I am out, I bought a condo and I'm going to manage this. I can manage this by myself. And I've got
Holy smoke.
custody of my kids still, and it was just a nightmare. It was the beginning of the end.
That's crazy. You said he had to leave you. So he didn't
He
want
did.
to.
No, he wouldn't have left me for anything.
And you told him, like,
He
hey,
had to. He had to. I left him no option. I was a
man.
liability
Yeah. Holy
once
smokes.
again.
Uh, Did he ever deploy or anything?
Yeah, well, he went to Korea
Okay.
and he was on the DMZ and all that
Yeah.
stuff. So he was over there.
'Cause I was gonna say a lot of people who deploy, they come back and they start drinking and using, and yeah, it spirals.
He did, but normally. He was normal.
Okay. So it didn't really mess him up as bad as you, I take it.
No.
Okay.
And I can't blame it on that.
Yeah. Man.
I just enjoyed it. It was my social life, it was my business life, it was everything.
Yeah.
It was everything. And it worked until it didn't.
Yeah.
And I don't know where that happened, but it betrayed me somewhere in there.
Like everything was going good.
Yeah, until it wasn't.
Until it wasn't. Yeah. Was it like a fast spiral down, or was it like progressive over
Very
time?
progressive.
Okay, so
Very progressive.
that's probably why you didn't see it. You just was,
Yeah. Let's just do
a
what I
little bottle
always
here,
do.
a little bottle there. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Man. So when things get tough, where do you pull your inner strength from?
God, I didn't make it this far
Yeah.
without a higher power, without somebody looking out for
Yep.
me. And I think it's all part of a master plan. I think he knew that he had to take me through that
Yeah.
so that I could get humble and I could connect to him and I could help other people. This was all a planned thing.
Yep.
This was all on purpose.
100%. Without
If I lead you
compromise.
down this way, you'll come out on the other side and you'll be able to help my people.
Yes.
And I feel like that was always the destiny. That was fate.
Yeah.
And I don't take that for granted. I don't ever take that for granted. I'm one bad decision away from being right back there. So,
Man.
and I'm famous for bad decisions. So I'm not gonna.
You're not gonna make any more.
No, I'm gonna keep doing what I've done for the last 9 years
Still working.
and keep doing it.
It's crazy because I've worked with you for what 4, 5, 6 years, a long
Yeah.
time. And the minute you told me, I was sitting in class with you one day, you're like, "Yeah, I'll come to recovery." I'm like, I turned around, I was like, "Recover from what? Sleep? Like being tired? Like what?" I never thought in a million years because you never, I guess, exude anything that looks like addiction or would make anybody think you ever came from addiction.
Um, I I think that, and I don't want to not ever acknowledge the fact that I'm in recovery. I want everybody to know that recovery
It's a lifelong
is
thing.
a lifelong thing.
Yeah.
And recovery can look like this for you. Recovery can be everything you want it to be.
Yeah.
There's no limit to what you can do. We have anybody can overcome felonies. Everybody can overcome, addiction. Everybody can overcome, and you have to have it in you to overcome.
Yeah.
And people, most people have it worse than I had it, and they don't have the internal stuff, and they need to be given that. They need to be told that they're worth it, and that I believe in them, and I do.
Is
'Cause
that
I
what Miss
believe
Lane
in
did for you?
people.
Is that what she?
Honestly, she was a miracle worker in my life.
Wow.
She was a miracle
I
worker
was
in
gonna
my
ask
life.
you who was
She,
like the most pivotal person that helped you pivot from addiction to recovery.
Miss Lynn.
Miss Lynn. Wow.
And Miss Lynn taught me that I could do hard things. I had gone to college for business. First, I started in elementary education. I thought I wanted to do that, and I couldn't deal with the parents. They were so I couldn't do it. And that was before I had my own kids. And then I went to business school, and I thought I was done with school. I thought I was done learning.
Yeah.
I didn't need
Nope.
to learn anymore. And I got into prevention. She got me into prevention, and I saw a whole new world.
Yeah.
If we could stop this, if we could save a few before they ever get to that point,
Yeah.
what a beautiful world that would be.
Man, because most people don't even know what, what lies on the other side. So it's just,
No. And I watch some of these kids that think they're above it.
oh yeah.
And I had that. I walked through life thinking I was above it. It
Untouchable.
wasn't going to happen to me.
Yep.
So if I could help one of them see that the risky behavior leads them someplace they don't want to go, then it's worth it.
Is that what made you go get your CPS? Because we're not even.
She made me go get my CPS. Let's be real. I didn't have a choice.
Oh, she's like, you're gonna get that.
Yeah. And she would bug me, and she'd ask me how close I was, and do I need a ride? Do you need me to sign you up? Do you need me to?
Let me get this check. You got your CPS. You're Prime for Life certified.
No, I'm not Prime.
Bovin. Okay. Yeah. And then what other ones am I missing? Because I feel like there's a whole bunch.
I do. I'm a certified peer recovery coach.
Okay, that's the one I was missing. Okay.
Yeah. And I now just got my CADC in September, right? October. That is a certified alcohol and drug counselor. Oh. It's equivalent to, I can do counseling for substance abuse.
Okay.
I can't really do mental health. The designation isn't for mental health, and I'm no expert in mental health. Yeah. I don't have a lot of education in mental health. And a lot of times substance abuse and mental health are co-occurring. They happen at the same time. So I can handle the substance abuse part of it and get people where they need to get to receive services that I may not be equipped to handle. Oh, man. But it's a beautiful world.
Oh, I bet. Man, this story is crazy. It's kind of, I guess, eye-opening for me because, like I said, I just never pictured you going through recovery because every time I talk to you, you're so sharp, so quick with it, and you're always moving a million miles a minute.
Oh, but I wasn't.
I was just like,
I was homeless.
Like, she does not sit down. And now it's like, I hear about what you have planned in the future, and I'm like, where do you see yourself in the future as far as helping the community or even for yourself?
There are gaps in this prevention and recovery model that we have, and my goal is to fill the gaps. I see some gaps that I'd like to fill, and my plan is to move beyond what I'm already doing and fill those gaps. Our judicial system is not set up to enable people to recover. They're not designed for that. It's a punitive system. And I think TRICAP's great in that they incorporate that into their penalty. Those guys are incarcerated. Those women are incarcerated, but they're getting some help. They're getting a foundation if they do it right. And a lot of times they're there 3, 4, 5 months. Yeah. So if anything, they're getting that clean time. They're getting that time under their belt where they have some clarity. Yeah. And they're seeing clearly and they're thinking clearly. Yep. And if at that point you can attach them to something for their future, I think there's a lot of hope. Yeah. Instead, what we do is release them with no plan. Right now, they're just released. So we open the doors of the
good luck
facility, right? Yeah. And they're on their way to what?
Yeah. I hear that all the time in there.
And Sister Marietta at Emmaus House saw the same thing. She started with a jail ministry inside the county jail, and she saw these girls getting released and wandering right back to the neighborhood they came from and committing the same crimes, doing the same substances, leaving the same children. Yeah. And she needed a place for them to go after they were released from jail, which is how Emmaus House started. She started it based on that same premise. Man. So it's great, and I think it fills that gap for women. Yeah. And it's still not enough. There are still so many women that fall through the cracks because there's just not a place for them. But I would like to see everybody who wants to make it have that opportunity. Yeah. But these men that are released, they don't have the skill set. They're walking out of these places with a felony on their record, at least one. No one wants to rent to them. No one wants to hire them. And what are they supposed to do? It's easier to sell dope.
Yeah, I heard that.
They're going to go back to what they know. And so they end up back in prison, or they end up reincarcerated somehow. Yeah. Or they die on the streets. And it doesn't make any sense to me. No. There's got to be a stopgap there. There's got to be a way to funnel them into getting them back on their feet.
Yeah, I agree.
Everybody deserves that.
Yeah,
I mean, they're not a waste to me. There's so much hope in these people that
yeah,
they could do great things. And I sit and watch the way that the artistry comes out in the things they do. They draw and they make music and they do these creative, beautiful things that I couldn't do in a million years. But they just haven't been able to funnel that
yeah,
anywhere good.
yeah.
So
In a more constructive way.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So if we make them business owners where they don't have to apply for a job, or we make them find them a creative avenue, or we find a way for them to be successful
yeah,
without and overcome those felonies and the stigma.
yeah. Because when I talk to some of the guys there, they tell me all the time, like I ain't got nothing left for me out there. Like, what am I supposed to do? I got this felony. Same thing you said. Like, I got this felony, and I got to go back to my same neighborhood because my house is there. I'm
Yeah,
like, man, that's gonna breed the same result.
right,
Like,
right.
so
There's nothing different.
there's nothing different. I'm like,
And
but
insanity is doing the same thing over and over and
yeah,
expecting a different result.
yeah.
Then it's not going to happen.
And
So
it's sad because a lot of those guys are like, I've met some super smart dudes there, like you say, super talented, and they'll ask me sometimes because they see you and they see Kimberly and some other people working there, and they'll be like, "How do I become a recovery coach? How long do I have to wait?"
mhm.
And I'm like, "Man, no idea." so,
Yeah,
so what would you tell them?
I would tell them to stay clean. I would tell them to get into recovery, connect to the
Yeah,
recovery community. And typically it's 18 months that you need
18
um,
months. Okay.
to be a recovery coach. But then it shifts. You go from being the person in recovery to the person teaching recovery.
Yeah,
And there's a magical thing that happens
yeah. It's
when
a
you do
powerful
that.
reinforcement.
Right. When I'm
Yeah,
helping somebody else,
yeah,
it fills my soul. I have a purpose. I
yeah,
have a reason to get up in the morning because somebody needs me.
yeah,
And it's done beautiful things for my mental health. I've seen it do beautiful things for other people, and you can grow from that. There's
yeah.
no reason you can't. You got to stop with recovery coach. You can keep
Yep.
going from that. So I think that's a great thing.
Man.
My dad made the mistake when I was in active addiction, and he probably thinks I don't remember, but he called me unemployable. He
Oh,
probably called me a few things, but he called me unemployable. And that's a thing that stuck
man.
because in my whole life I hadn't been unemployable.
Yeah,
But he
ever.
was right.
Yeah.
No one was going to hire me in that
Not at
condition
that
I was
state.
in.
Yeah.
So I hear his words, and today I'm anything but unemployable.
No, you
I've already paid off my house because I
she
refuse to be homeless.
she works so much, y'all. I swear. She's the only person I know that carries coffee in the morning and then at 9 o'clock at night. It's like the same time for her. I'm like, yo, it's not at night. You plan on going to sleep? Nope.
And I do. I sleep good, but I will never be homeless again, and I will never be unemployable again.
Oh, I
And
believe it.
those things matter to me today more than anything.
See.
I have my kids back in my life with. They're eager to see me, and they want to be with me, and they want to do things with me. And I have grandkids today that I
Yep.
never would have missed all that. And
Yeah.
it just, I get a lump in my throat just thinking about that. I almost missed that
Yeah, see.
to watch my daughter get married and my grandkids be born. And what a gift! What a life! A beautiful life
Man.
that comes after all that ugliness.
All that ugliness. And only thing you needed was hope and a whole lot of
Yeah.
drive.
Yeah.
And God, obviously.
Yeah. And I lived two extremes, two different lives
Yeah.
in one.
Man. We finally got it, y'all. Finally got her story.
And
Took
there's
this
gonna be
long.
more. There's
Yes.
gonna be so much more.
Yeah.
I'm not done yet. I'm not
No?
done.
I know you got some things in works, but we can discuss that whenever you want.
Well, we'll wait until I have things lined up, but just know that I'm gonna try to fill those gaps. There are
That's
gaps out there that
awesome.
need to be filled.
Yeah.
And the gaps go both ways. There are things in the city needs help with. We have houses that need to be fixed. We have
Oh yeah.
we have skilled trades that need to be addressed. There is a skilled trade deficit.
It's a huge
People
deficit.
aren't trained
Oh.
in skilled trades anymore like they used to be.
Yeah.
Welding and roofing and electrical and all these things that the kids forgot about. Well, somehow we missed a generation that we didn't train them how to do it. And so there's a gap there that could be filled. And if we could put all those components together, what a beautiful thing that could be.
Yeah. That could turn Saginaw upside down.
Mhm.
Holy smokes.
And change lives.
Yeah.
And that's the goal. Give these people a place to flourish and to thrive.
Yeah. See, and this is what I hope from doing these podcasts is if anybody sees this, like pull hope from her situation if you're dealing through, or going through anything, like there's always light at the end of the tunnel, and when you get there, it's like the best feeling ever. I always tell people, I'm like, we have clouds for a reason because when the sun comes out, we appreciate it more.
Yes.
So it's just
Yes.
like, yeah, I
Yes.
I definitely thank you for coming on the
Yes.
podcast
And
today.
it's a today there's a difference between happiness and joy. Happiness is fleeting. And when you get to where I am in my recovery, I live a life of joy
Mm,
and I'm grateful. The gratitude is just I can't even express it. The people that gave me a shot
yeah.
and
I see you ain't wasted 1 second of it either.
no, I'm not going to. I don't take any of it for
Yeah,
granted. This is a gift. I was given a second chance,
yeah,
and I don't ever want to take that for granted. I'm never going to.
good. No, you definitely haven't. Not from what I've been seeing you doing, what I see you doing in the future. So
Yeah.
your passion it drives I feel like a lot of people around you because you've helped propel people that you don't even know about. They've seen your success and was just like, man, if she can do it, I can do the same thing.
Yeah.
And so I definitely commend you for that and keep being, even though you feel like you haven't changed or like you haven't done enough change, I feel like you've done an immense amount. And it's crazy because a lot of people don't understand what they've done. So
And you don't.
you don't.
You don't see
You'll
the
never understand
magnitude.
it, but you
When the
keep
girls that have come through Emmaus House reach out years later and they're doing great and they've got their kids back and
yeah.
they got their own housing and they're living their best life.
Yep.
That's why you do what you do.
Yeah. And then I know you had a huge or you have a huge impact just because when I'm in some of them classrooms, I talk to some of the guys, even the girls at the TriCap, they just say, man, Miss Jen is awesome. Or, you know, I want to be like her. I'm like, what? You don't even know that kind of stuff be said about you. But
Yeah.
I hear
Eh,
all these great
but
things. That's why I hold you to such a high esteem because I'm just like, you may not hear what people say about you behind closed doors, but I hear it. And it's always been positive. I haven't heard nothing negative.
and the ones I love are the kids. When we do the juvenile
Oh
detention
yeah.
kids, or I teach over at Mackinac, and some of those kids don't want to leave your class.
That's a
They
great
they
feeling.
get a connection that they aren't getting in the they don't get in the community
Yeah.
right now. Their parents are busy or they're wherever they are, and um, they really don't have an adult to talk to. So even if it is an old white woman, the fact that we can connect gives them
Yeah.
somebody to connect to, and
Yeah.
we've really had some good classes come through here where and you care about I care about those kids. I worry when I hear about shootings in the community or things that went south with kids, that
Oh,
it's one of my kids, that it's
yeah.
somebody that I care about, and I do care about all of them, but I don't want I want to be able to help, and I just hope that somehow it sinks in somewhere in there.
Yeah. No, it's definitely sinking because you keep chipping away at it, and I feel like something's got to give. But no, I definitely appreciate you coming on the podcast today
Thanks for having me,
and
Joanne. It's been a
telling us your
pleasure.
story
It's
because
been a
you've
pleasure.
been keeping it under wraps for some reason, but now it's out there, people.
It's not that exciting.
Oh no, it's really good. So man, this
Mhm.
just listening to it, I'm already inspired to do more, and I always feel like I can never do enough. But getting this out to you guys is something that I can do. So thank you again. And if there's anything you want to say to anybody else,
I just hope that everybody has hope.